it's Mimi. Welcome to my kitchen. It's Thursday, and I'm back in one of my favorite rooms in the house. Could be almost my favorite room in the house, my kitchen. Everything's been so exciting since my book came out. I just got this incredible review in Veg News, and it's this month, August, on page 84. They have several books, 6 books, 7 books here that they talk about, and mine's one of them. And then right here, that little dot says Editor's Choice. So out of all these vegetarian books and vegan books and raw books, I was the editor's choice. I'm so happy about that. So pick up a copy on your stand. It's a really nice little review, and I'm so happy about this. It's really great. The other thing has happened. My wonderful book, Live Raw, is selling all over the world, which I'm really happy about. And last night I was honored because a chef from a very famous inn restaurant here in San Diego, the Rancho Bernardo Inn, El Bizcocho restaurant, Chef Nicholas, I was invited to a private dinner party. The woman who runs the hotel and a few people that work there and the chef's wife and myself, it was all girls. And he cooked everything, he uncooked everything out of my book, a 5-course meal. I can't even tell you, that's one of the most exciting things that's ever happened to me because I'm such a foodie, and to have a chef make the food from my book, it was spectacular. It was so good, and he made everything, he had his own twist how everything looked on the plate. We had antipasto, and we had the crab cakes, and we had the Thai noodle salad, and we had the avocado soup. Everything was delicious. The bar even fixed 2 2 margaritas from the book. And the whole thing was just a fantastic evening, and I'm really, really excited. I think they're going to do a special dinner that they have people come to, 80 people that pay for an evening dinner, and I think they're going to cook raw food. So that was exciting. And then I got to go in the kitchen, my favorite place, the kitchen, a commercial kitchen. I want one for sure. I love it. It was beautiful. And everybody in the kitchen staff was so great, and I just felt very honored. But today I just want to show you a little bit about what goes on in a raw food kitchen. I'm busy, believe me. I'm packed from when I wake up in the morning until 2 in the night when I go to bed, or 2 in the morning when I go to bed. But I want to show you what could be done if you just prepare a little bit. So this is my raw food kitchen for the last couple of days. I've made some new crackers, and they're really lovely. I made them with, I don't remember everything. I wrote it down because you know how I throw things together and I'm not really sure what I put in them, but they've got, obviously flaxseed helps it stick together, and some walnuts and some sunflower seeds, and I think I have some tomato in here, but I'll give you this recipe at some point. But I was having a real big taste for hummus and crackers, so I wanted to make them. It's good to have crackers around. You can put almost anything on it, make a little meal. You can make a little guacamole and put it on here, which would be great. But I like making them big so they hold a meal. It's like a little baby crispy sandwich. But what I'm making with this right now are sprouted garbanzo beans. I'm going to take one out because if you can see it, I want you to see they're getting a little tail. See that little tail on it? There you go. And I just soak them overnight, and then I rinse them, and I leave them rinsed several times a day whenever I can, as much as you can, and rinse them off. And then you want to put a rubber band or a little squeegee thing around it. You can put paper towel over it, whatever you want, but I like this because I can run the water through it and rinse it without taking it off. Those are going to be ready tonight, I can see, and then I can have my wonderful tahini hummus, and you'll find that in my book. So I'm going to put these 2 things aside and go to my next little adventure. I like to make a bunch of things at once. I love things going on in my kitchen. I just feel like there's always something I can grab to eat. Right now I have 2 of these. These are going to be, they're not finished just yet. They're still drying. They're going to be my pizza rounds. And you can find this recipe in my book also. This is really delicious. I'm going to put some cheese, I'm going to show you that I'm making on here, and some tomato sauce. I'll put fresh tomatoes. I'll have basil and olives, Kalamata olives, some raw olives. I'm going to put capers on here, some mushrooms, maybe a little red onion. I haven't decided everything, just whatever my taste is for in pizza, but this dehydrates forever, 24 hours and another 16 hours, because I make them very thick. When I put them on here, they're about 1 inch thick. So I made 2 pizza rounds, and that's what we're going to have for dinner tonight. So I'll put this over here. Let me come back and tell you what I'm going to show you how to make today. Oh, just a peek at my cheese. This is my cheese. I put, excuse me. That happens in kitchens, doesn't it? Okay. Here's this water. Why I have that here is because I have cheese in here and I need something to weigh it down. And this is a double entendre. Weigh it down because you want to get the whey out. They're spelled differently, but that's what's dripping out of the cheese. This is also in my recipe book. It's just a simple basic cheese. That's going to be used on the pizza, and I'm also going to make a little dip. This is cheesecloth that it gets wrapped in. I know it doesn't look very good, but it's going to be very beautiful when it's finished. I'll make it into a nice ball, and it just needs to dry a little bit more. It's very simple. Cashews, it's got cashews in it, lemon juice, a little probiotics, and then I'm going to flavor it later with a little nutritional yeast and several things. And by the way, I'm keeping this far away from what I'm going to show you today because whenever you're fermenting anything, and probiotics helps ferment it, whenever you're fermenting, you want to keep it far away from anything else that's fermenting, particularly kombucha. You know what that is? I'm going to show you. You're going to love it. So, this is what's going on just for a couple days in my kitchen. I don't have any more time than anyone else. I'm working all day. I have many, many things going on, but I find time to make sure I eat well. So here's what I wanted to show you. This is what today's little video is about. Kombucha. If you don't know what it is, you can buy it like this in the store. It's quite delicious. This usually costs about $4 a bottle. But now, my daughter Mia White showed me how to make this. She makes kombucha, and when she was visiting me last month, she showed me how to make this kombucha, and I have been loving it. I've been making one batch after the other. So if you buy a bottle, what you do is take 2 cups out of here, put it in a bowl, or I prefer a mason jar to start, one of the big mason jars. Put 2 cups of kombucha in there, and then cover it with a cloth where it could breathe on top, and put a rubber band around it. Put it in a dark place and watch it. It'll start to get little lumpy things on the bottom of it, and then all of a sudden it'll look really disgusting, like you want to throw it out because it looks bad. But what's going to happen, that's going to form what's called a SCOBY or a mother. It's the starter to ferment your kombucha, and you need a kombucha starter. I didn't know before that you can make your own starter, and once you have it, you get these marvelous things. I always thought it was from a mushroom, or I don't know. I tasted kombucha years ago and didn't like it, but I'm telling you, when you make it yourself and you flavor it, it's fantastic. Here is a starter mother that came from one of my other ones, and they grow as big as the container you put them in. I'm going to handle this easily. I know they're weird looking, aren't they? Look at that. This is the starter, the SCOBY, and on here are more. I can peel this off and have babies. If you're in my neighborhood, you can come get one. You can make your own after that. So I'm letting this soak in some kombucha. This is going to be for my next batch that I make. So when you finish one batch, you take the mother out and you start another batch. And this could stay on the sink for quite some time. And you can peel the babies off, you can leave them on, but you should start to peel them off. Okay, this is how you start it. You start with either making your own mother, like that, and then you want to make a big sun tea. Make sure you use glass. This is very important. Make sure you're using glass to make your sun tea in, or you can boil it. I wanted to make it raw, so I just put it out in the sun. I don't boil it. A lot of people boil it and put the sugar in it. I make my tea first. You should use green, black, or white tea, a strong tea, not decaffeinated. For some reason, it doesn't work if it's decaffeinated. Okay, so you want to get strong tea, leave it out in the sun for the full day, and then bring it in and add a cup of raw organic sugar. Let me show you my sugar. It's just raw organic sugar. Now, I don't eat sugar, but this gets eaten up by that mother you saw in there. It just gets eaten up, so there is no sugar left in here. And what you find is a fermented drink, which is completely healthy for your digestion. You can drink a little of that every day, and it really helps your gut, your body to digest food. It's very healing. Lots of people have healed all kinds of diseases with drinking kombucha because our body doesn't get fermented food and it needs it. So here is my kombucha that is in the jar, and so I took that cup of sugar and I dissolved it. Then I took this original mother that I had, the first one I had in that bowl, and I pour it in here with the liquid and everything. The mother goes in here and the liquid goes in here. And then all I do is put a rubber band on it and let it sit in a dark place, and I taste it like after a week with a little straw. I push the mother away, make sure everything is clean because you don't want this to get infected. I take a little straw and I taste it, and If you like it a little sweeter, you can finish it then, and if you like it to be a little more fizzy, then you can leave it a little longer. It depends on how much alcohol content you want in it. And once you taste it and it's perfect, you want to bottle it. Don't flavor it yet, wait. Once you put it in the bottles, then you can throw in some raspberries, some blackberries, some strawberries, some ginger, whatever you like. And I save these bottles. I mean, use glass bottles. You can even use a bottle like this, your soda bottle like this. Make sure it's very clean. And then you bottle everything, and then drop your seasonings in, whatever your flavorings in. Fresh strawberries, fresh blackberries, ginger, whatever you like in it. And they in one day, they start to color and get the flavor of that. It's delicious. And I don't know if this will pop, but no, it didn't do much fizzy. But sometimes when I open them up, they're quite fizzy. It just depends on how much is in here. And there, that one gave a little fizz. Oh my God, blackberry. This is very fermented, but it's sweet because of the blackberry. It is really delicious. It's a great night drink, great morning drink, great afternoon drink. It's just fantastic. I'll post this on my website, youngonrawfood.com. You can buy my book there or at Amazon. And you know I love you, and I hope this was good for you. And please make some. You're going to love it. Bye. Love you very much.